create some confusion. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. From the gun, wants to pass. Release to the back. Got his man quickly. Makes that one pay off, and they... Down at the 38, it'll be first down.
Nice job by the running back there on that angle route against zone coverage. He wasn't in a hurry. He was able to sort of find the soft spot in the defense and just gear down, make himself an easy target.
From the gun, the ground game. They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And he's going to have to get into... Oh, they blocked the kick. He's got the ball. That one's live. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Quick handoff. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to ride this running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Fires left. Got his man downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play.
Got enough space. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he gets a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
So loud, it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. They run the reverse. He just never got started going forward. A huge loss of 8 on the play. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute. They put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. The give to the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Quick strike complete. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast. And they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Pocket starts to collapse. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Ducks will call on their punt team. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Slips through the line. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. They'll ride the hot hand. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
The play action fake. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Snowed under by the defense.
Well, it's a nice job, too, the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
And the Wolverines will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
the last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Now 2nd and 10 from their own 10. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Quarterback will audible. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to move it through the air. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. This offense has a 2nd down play. Now the play fake. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one, and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Looking for a huge play. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gerber or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
You just want to find a way to affect the QB, and the defense does a great job getting to the quarterback, hitting him as he throws the football. Not only does it make that throw bad, in the future now, the quarterback's taking a few hits, makes him a little bit more unsure of himself.
Quick release by the QB. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Hawaii came through with a lunch pail hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that the Rainbow Warriors won, it's more how they won. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Off play action. It's complete to the right. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, you can take it to the house.
Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this run.
Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. And the Ducks will line up to punt it away.
Number 11 in punt formation to kick it away.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. It's complete. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. At the 35, he's got room. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That big play for the offense will be nullified by a penalty, and if you want to frustrate your coaches, yeah, that's the way to do it. And the Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. Going to the running game. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
But how fast did they get in there and make that tackle for a loss? If you blinked, you missed it. Nice job on the defense, getting penetration. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage, shooting the gaps quick. getting in the backfield, getting the guy on the ground.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. They've got the screen set up. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. That is no good. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better.
Well, they knew coming into this game touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
Makes the catch. It's Francis. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Handoff from the gun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And it's just simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Looking left. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
This quarterback really is going to have to be aware in this game of trying to find lanes to throw into when he's throwing over the middle of the field, because this D-line does a great job getting their hands in the air.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Well, he might have wanted to just let that one go to see if it would go into the end zone, but makes the fair catch at the 5. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality in this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
Yeah, and you see some quarterbacks who hesitate to throw the ball in the middle. I love it when you attack the whole field. And the middle of the field and being able to throw over linebackers and between safeties is a big skill. But show that defense. You will attack everywhere.
Looking down the middle. He makes a catch. Touchdown, Wolverines. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points. Got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
Tackled immediately after the catch. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And on that third down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up fourth.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He gets a block. Spinderella. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And the biggest thing is identifying coverages, right? Like quarterback has to line up and see what he's seeing and see those safeties. I know outside with that safety in the middle of the field, I got a chance to attack and attack deep with my speedster, and he does a great job throwing the football out there, and he does the rest with the catch and then striding it into the end zone.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The offense set for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. They're trying to get to it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
He makes the connection. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Pressure coming. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing by as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
Get set.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Uncorks one. A strike downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Brings up 2nd down.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
With the score, Michigan 24, Oregon 0.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. Fair catch called for and made. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They keep it on the ground to open the third. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Running back searching for a hole. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under.
That's the way you answer your halftime speech. You gave up a lot of points in that first half. What did the defense do? The first possession, you set the tone in the second half. Get the big stop, get the big sack. Really nice answer by this defense.
The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If
fires into traffic, it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Gain of 1. Brings up 2nd down.
Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. They'll run play action. He unleashes a long one. And he makes the catch inside the 10. Touchdown, Wolverines. And the punishment has been extended. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
he seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
2nd down coming up.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great, but they got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Going to try to get it himself. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
They get him down to this offensive setup. First and goal from the 9.
Well, it's a long gain on the jet sweep. How good is he in the open field, guys? Making guys miss. He's allowing his blocks to set up and then getting upfield.
They'll try to get it in with the run. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
He's knocked down at the 7-yard line.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Movement here from the tight end. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line.
He gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They'll run it on 3rd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So now on comes the field goal unit. A really short kick, but you've got to have that angle just right. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Looking deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Michigan! And the beatdown has ensued. On to attempt the try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Got to be smart patience, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have you push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's going to pass. Buying some time. He'll pull it down. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way. And
just causing wreckage in the secondary. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Hands it off. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
He'll keep it himself. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I'll tell you, the running backs and the quarterbacks in this offense, they got to give a lot of their success running the football to this offensive line up front. They're getting tremendous push. It doesn't matter who has the football, who's keeping the football. You're just seeing this group up front drive this defense backwards.
Finds a man on the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense.
Black 24. Moves.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he can't pull the trigger, and that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We wrap it up with a sack. The Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed. Trying to beat the D deep. Snags it on the right. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Fires to the wideout. And it's his 4th interception of the night. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
3:25.
They'll go right back to it. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to...
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off to the 26. Line gets set, 1st down. They'll start this drive with a pass. Caught over the middle. It's Francis. And it's a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 44.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line. And he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
To the air on 1st down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Caught in the backfield. It's Francis. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So after the penalty, a little extra ground to cover on 1st down. He'll set up to throw. Finds his tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw 1st down. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Out of the gun to give to the back. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's...
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. Lining up to add another. Right down the boulevard. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass?
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
And the Wolverines are threatening on 1st and goal. Typically, you only see this at the end of the game or end of a half. I'm not really sure why we're getting an early peek at victory formation. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. 3rd and goal coming up here. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this